Yesterday's teams fought tooth and nail for a chance at the title. See what FlyQuest and Team Liquid have in their arsenals with the last spot at Jatt's Arena on the line. Povelter hopes to vanquish his former team and reclaim the title from Team Liquid. We'll see if Team Liquid can cement themselves as a 3-time title contender here in the LCS. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the LCS Countdown, where for 30 minutes we award some senior superlatives and break down the impact of draft in today's series until the timer reaches 0 and we jump into Champion Select. Yesterday, heading into Game 3, the series seemed all but wrapped up for Cloud9, but TSM dug deep and pulled off the reverse sweep to earn their spot in St. Louis. Today, FlyQuest hope to sustain their momentum from the quarterfinals and knock out the reigning champs Team Liquid for a shot at the title. There were plenty of giant hero moments from yesterday's semifinal series, but sometimes it comes down to your bot laner saying, I can do more than just carry, just to say I'm helping, presented by State Farm. Now, in his Game 5, Sneaky jumps on a grenade so Nisqy can live. What a pal.
Nisqy's now in some trouble. Glacial Fissure's able to find the mark onto him. Broken Blade going to now be dropping very low himself. Getting away with the pool. Nearly going to be taken down. A good save from Bjergsen.
Nisqy has the bomb on his head, has to use his Zhonya's.
Yeah,
Fitzcarrot goes for their combo. Sneaky's able to go in there. Bomb defusal Sneaky will be the next cosplay.
So we were talking about this yesterday, and we were wondering, is Sneaky actually trying to grab the bomb there? Because he does like a half step over left, but I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt because he had nothing else to spell shield. Good job, Sneaky.
Yeah, hopefully he just wasn't a panic spell shield.
That was always the question.
It was definitely intentional.
Vlad is next to him.
All right, with last night's elimination, we must say bye-bye, buddy, to another team for at least spring split in RIP Cloud9.
Penta? I'm stealing.
No, Nisqy, you're one kill. You're one kill. Don't touch him. Don't touch him. I'm going.
Guys.
We can't do it. Oh, wait, did we even end now? We got it.
Sneaky, front line.
Sneaky, just kill him. 2 seconds.
Hit.
All right.
Well, what about my Penta?
Cloud9, in a sub-25-minute win, will lock themselves the second bye in the LCS. Cloud9 versus TSM. We've said it before. Such a historic rivalry. Diesel still looking at front line on this one. Broken Blade's able to find Hemo Plague onto 2. Sneaky's gonna get very low. Barely getting himself out alive. Licorice is the next target. TSM, 3 for 0. Make it 4. Nisqy stands alone.
I mean, there's a way to go out, though. What a way to go out. Burn bright on your way down, you know?
The reverse sweep?
Yeah, the reverse sweep.
What a play.
I don't care about how they felt about it. For me, it was great to see them go out, you know, TSM and them battling neck and neck 5-game series.
It was a very exciting 5-game series. I'm hoping we get another one today. Now, this desk will bring you MVP, player of the split at finals. But there are a few more awards to give out before we ship off, so we're going to knock out the senior superlatives right now. First up, it's Rookie Beard of the split, and it goes to Bjergsen.
Yeah, I mean, it's the first year he's had the beard, so he has to have the rookie. And frankly, he's already looking like he's contending for best beard of the entire thing.
And it gets better than just that screenshot right there. That's from the beginning of the year. It went full Pirate Sea Captain by the end, leading his team to victory just yesterday.
It's a high beard percentage that he got here. What that actually means, I'm not entirely sure, but that's a high percentage.
Is that like of how big it could be?
No,
or
how much it
covers his face?
Right.
coverage.
Okay.
Yeah.
73%, no.
Well, so
It's
then
all
what's,
hair. It's
so then
all
what's
hair. It's
optimal?
all
Because
hair.
I don't think you want 100%.
Can you
right?
see?
Is
that's
70,
impressive
is
at that point.
72% optimal in that
That sounds
case?
good in that
Sounds
case.
like a pretty solid, solid number. All right, next up is best spill of the split, and I bet you know who this one's going to.
In his defense, I've done that.
What is he doing?
Don't
defend this man.
I hit that on the desk, but not like 7 times in a row trying to destroy it.
He looked like he was trying to
going
pound some
hard.
chicken out, you
This
know?
is
like,
an indefensible action.
Indefensible.
it's spraying everywhere. It's just
Like, what on earth possessed you to do that? Well, we do have an honorable mention in this category as well. So let's take a look at who picked up that honors.
I wonder.
Oh, what do you know? Oh, what do you know?
Is that yesterday too?
It's like within an hour or two of each other,
Yeah,
I believe.
it was also
my
yesterday.
God.
He's like trying to pour the Red Bull or whatever out of his keyboard. I don't know if it
Yeah,
works that way.
he's trying to.
Does that work
save
that
it
way?
right now? I mean,
You have to put it in rice.
I don't know. Does the keyboard fit in a pot of rice?
Yeah, that'll be it. When summer split, we return and there's just a bucket of rice next to Sven's seat every time he plays. I like to pretend it's an accident when I spill something on stage. It's not.
He wants more camera time.
Why does he do it? I'm so curious.
I don't know, man. I don't know. All right, next up, we've got freshest Twitter beef. Let's take a look at who it's between. Pobelter's got some words for TL coming into the series today.
I like that he has the hoodie on his profile picture too. He's looking like 200 IQ Pobelter, notorious POV up there.
Well, the beef gets even beefier
Yeah, I was gonna
because
say.
Doublelift just tweeted out a picture that celebrates their victory over FlyQuest. Newsflash, they haven't played, so
Yeah.
hold on.
The victory dinner before they've even played. I mean, it's probably a little fresher than that. I think he might have got snubbed. Late entry.
Late entry, yeah. It's too bad the polls are closed already, but wow, that's something else.
Yeah, who has dinner at this time?
That's a little taboo. Who has dinner?
Pictures can't be saved.
Trump's just coming away with just like, I've been thinking about dinner time all wrong. My entire
Can't save
life."
pictures on your phone. You realize.
All right.
Okay.
Finally, there's the Bjergsen Lifetime Achievement Award, named for the player with the most playoff games played. And no surprise that the inaugural recipient of this prestigious award goes to none other than the heart and soul of his team, the unmatched and incomparable Doublelift.
Yep, absolutely no better candidate to receive the first ever
Bjergsen
Bjergsen Award. He's just been such a staple of the LCS since its inception.
Has anyone ever unironically referred to themselves as a gamer?
Great question.
I don't know what this tweet is.
Literally never called myself a gamer.
You've never done it.
Try it right now.
What's
Are you a
funny
gamer,
is
Crumbs?
Doublelift himself has
No,
done
see,
it.
I say I play games, I just don't say I'm a gamer.
Unless you're being ironic and you're like, I'm a gamer. And then
Yeah.
it just is like sounds so childish almost.
I see. All right, well, we're going to take a breather, but as we go, let's listen into this week's mic check, which follows FlyQuest in their 5-game win over Golden Guardians last week.
Feels so good. That's what you said on Thursday, and then you ran it down.
Yeah, I'm getting a little scared right now.
But like, I really feel good.
He's on me.
They have
Look at
TP, they have
Karthus,
TP,
look
they
at
have
Karthus.
TP.
Oh, they're okay.
Hey, just one shot, just one shot.
Okay. Oh, shit.
Watch Karthus, Karthus and
do it.
TK
Yeah.
are Karthus and TK are here. I got the Herald.
Try to get it and get out. Try to get it and get out.
Try and get out. Might be.
Okay. I did too.
Let's focus on our lane phase.
Yeah.
Let's make sure we're actually connected and communicating the objectives we want to play, okay?
Yeah.
Hey, Liz.
Yeah,
Cancel the
Liz,
last
Liz.
Oh, Galio's still here?
Yeah, I'm a Galio.
Yeah. I'm coming on your side.
Okay,
You guys
nice.
chase them anymore? J4 is dead.
Yeah,
He's smite.
J4. I'm no smite, okay? No smite.
Oh, they're flashing in. They're flashing in. I'm cutting back.
I'm stopwatch. I'm stopwatch. Okay. We win.
Yeah, we won this for sure. Clear. I hit Vel'Koz.
Okay, I'm
Peel Jason, peel Jason, peel Jason.
really in the fight.
Oh, no.
1 HP.
No, we just died.
Strong 4, good split. Make your own windows and ask if you need to do anything with those windows.
Hey, look at Vel'Koz, look at Vel'Koz.
Okay,
I'm watching. Yeah, I'm going.
I'm on my way.
I'm on my way. Help Eugene out. I'm ulting him.
I'm ulting.
I think we win this.
killing
Yeah,
someone.
front to back, front to back, front to back. Trying to mark everybody here.
Yeah.
Careful, Varus. I'm ulting him. Marked her. She's
No,
marked, she's marked, she's marked,
yeah.
she's marked. Just kill her. Can we run it down?
Yeah, look at this guy. Yeah,
Enter
We
mid.
can end it.
Yeah, we can end. Okay, Vel'Koz.
Aatrox and Galio, only people alive. You guys
Yeah,
can get
we can
there.
end for sure.
Bring out the silver scrapes.
Oh, let's know. Yeah, I got a big stun. Nice, we won this. Go, let's go. Actually, finish over. Go, let's.
I'm in your fucking
Let's
beast.
go. Oh, nice. Yeah,
Here, I'm really strong. I'm really
Spell
strong.
shield 4, spell shield 3, spell shield 2. Just go.
going. Yeah, look here.
Yeah, looking at everything.
Looking.
Looking.
Nice, guys.
Looking. Nice. Oh, I love you guys. I got carried so fucking hard this game.
my God.
Jesus Christ.
Good job, guys. We're
I'm
fucking
sorry.
great.
Dude.
Welcome back to the LCS Countdown, where FlyQuest and Team Liquid kicks off in just about 17 minutes. Ahead of his first semifinal, Coach Invert feels FlyQuest has the upper hand when it comes to pressure.
Right. I think one of the biggest strengths that we have is that we can play without pressure this series. A lot of the pressure is on TL's side to perform to the expectations of their fans. And for us, there's not as much pressure. And so we can play with more freedom. We're able to play our style and use our fundamentals and our foundation to kind of carry through. Another thing that I think really is in our favor is because of that freedom, our style is a little more flexible than Team Liquid's. We can play through all of our lanes really easily, and I hope we can show that in today's game. I mean, it means a lot. It means we get to go to St. Louis, we get to compete for that trophy that everyone has their eyes on, especially, everyone comes into this match with a bit of a chip on their shoulder. We're kind of the guys who no one expected to be here, and for us to be on that stage when everyone had that narrative about us would mean absolutely the world, so.
Talking about playing with no pressure, I think we can point to yesterday's series and what Bjergsen talked about. After going down 0-2, the idea of playing with nothing to lose, removing that pressure from yourself so that you can perform to the utmost level, definitely turned things around for them.
Yeah, well, it's an illusion. All the pressure is you put that on yourself. It's not actually there, so the teams keep hyping themselves up and putting themselves in these corners, mental corners, and so I think that Team Liquid can also take advantage of that, and yes, all the expectations are really high for them. They've also haven't played in a long time, and they are in a downhill slump, so people are saying anybody could win this, so Team Liquid doesn't really feel like they have that much, in my opinion, even though they are the favorites.
Well, let's hear from the Team Liquid camp. More so than in yesterday's semifinal match, the analysts arrived at the conclusion that champion pools could play a big part in the outcome of today's series.
Yeah, you heard Invert talking about it, where he was saying that they feel like they can play through any lane, and that is somewhat evident through their drafts. Viper has more carries that he's played in the top lane than Impact, who is mostly sticking to frontliners, and that feels like what he's best at.
Well, it's not just sticking to frontliners. It's the way that Team Liquid has played around Impact when they try him on those mages, the split pushes, is always just a little bit off. It doesn't make quite as much sense, like the early rotation of the Yorick and sometimes the Vladimir not doing too hot. So Team Liquid, it's not just the champion pool, but how they actually interact with Impact has not been so great since it's also focused around doublelift. And that's why people keep saying Team Liquid has a predictable style, that they're going to be helping the bottom lane more than anyone else.
Well, as we've seen in all of the playoff series so far, the jungle role has been pivotal for teams and their success. Let's talk about these two players. Santorin impressed quite a few in his quarterfinal.
Yeah, so Xmithie, while he is ranked as the best jungler in NA, he has not shown many champions. He's played so much Lee Sin, so much Rek'Sai that you wonder how deep is his pool really, whereas Santorin, he's busted out like 10 different junglers, some of them warranting bans, and when it comes to these champion pools, it's going to be a really big deal as to who has more tricks up their sleeve. And one of the biggest tricks up anyone's sleeve, by the way, magical act, don't pick Jarvan. Coaches, what are you doing? You watching the show? We keep saying this 2 weeks in a row. You keep doing it. He's 1-9. Someone picks Jarvan here, they're going to lose the game. Calling it now.
So we're saying that Xmithie has a small champion pool, but in the same thing, he's like, what, 9-0 on Lee Sin or something
he's
like
great.
that? Does he really need to switch off of Lee Sin if you have a 100% win rate? I would keep picking it, so I think he'll be okay. He's been such a veteran player. He should have a big enough champion pool.
I mean, it's just going to be interesting to see because when they have been on the slump, it was Xmithie who tends to look the worst. And we see so much focus around junglers in all the series so far. I mean, of course, that doesn't go by itself. Hand in hand comes the mid laners. And I think so far, Pobelter has looked super, super good at getting his team ahead and playing whatever role they need, whether it's the more carry focus, the Swain and the Aurelia, or the more utility focus with Lissandra, whereas Jensen has kind of been a bit more of an afterthought, it feels like, on Team Liquid compared to what we're seeing from him.
And the Zoe as well from Pobelter. That's a huge pick for all the series we've had so far.
Right. I'm curious to see if Jensen's going to be a big carry in the series or not throughout the split. You really haven't seen him be like a massive carry. It's more of core JJ, double for Xmithie. And that's not what Jensen's really known for, because back on Cloud9, he was a hard carry for that team. We haven't seen that on Team Liquid so far. So I hope that he steps into his shoes and be like, hey, I'm a big carry. I'm one of the best in NA, and I'm going to show you that I'm better than you.
That said, the numbers are still great for Jensen.
Yeah, that KDA is a little...
Also, again, a product of being on the #1 team, I think the point still stands that he does play a secondary role to, say, double lift on the team when it comes to the ultimate carry. Also important to note that Jensen is still searching for that very first domestic title and made that move over to Team Liquid with the expectation that they'd be able to achieve it. On the other side of things, you're looking at FlyQuest, and as Invert said, no one expected them to be here. This is the one team of the top 4 here that didn't necessarily have the expectation coming into the postseason, and they're going up against a couple world champions. This is, quite a matchup.
It's a beautiful underdog story, right? There's no imports. There's just FlyQuest, NA residents. Can they live up to the expectation of representing this region and taking down people that have actually won multiple titles in NA and the world? It's a tall order.
Yeah, especially when the 2 world champions are actually lined up across from the 2 youngest domestic players on FlyQuest side. So that's where it feels like, oh my God, these mismatches look crazy.
Viper versus Impact, and then JJ versus Core JJ, of course. When it came to their semifinal series, though, Ovly caught up with the coaches of Team Liquid, who attribute their late split slump to the initial unprecedented rise.
Thanks, guys. I just spoke with Coach Kane and Dodo about the loss streak that the team had, as well as concerns that fans had for Team Liquid entering playoffs. He said that the poor performance was due to them hitting first way too fast in the split and falling into a place of overconfidence and complacency. He said that since they had nothing to play for, the team really fell into a slump in terms of practice starting in week 8, and they even considered subbing in Team Liquid Academy in at one point. He said that it wasn't until this week that things really clicked together for Team Liquid, and he's confident that during their match against FlyQuest today, their hard work is really going to show. Back to you guys.
Wasn't until this week that things really started to
Love
click.
to hear that.
Well, that's, I guess, a vote of confidence, but it makes you wonder what things clicking for TL looks like if their whole regular season where things were looking quite good and you finished #1 was not things clicking.
Yeah, let's hope that they made the most out of this lack of practice, because we saw Cloud9 got the bye. It didn't look so good.
Well, it's time for another commercial break, but on the other side, we look at who these analysts think will come out ahead in today's series. We'll see you here after the break.
Yeah, got a pretty big fender bender here.
State Farm's got you covered, Mike.
That's great to hear, Robin. Everybody remain calm. We have this situation under control. We'll be out here in a jiffy.
We're definitely going to be the underdogs going into the match against Team Liquid. They had a way better split.
They have world champions. People didn't even expect us to make playoffs.
Honestly, I'd way rather be David. Being Goliath sucks, and everyone wants to see you fall. Who's the protagonist? It's David.
FlyQuest will find their fight!
Who's the villain? It's Goliath.
And Team Liquid are well and truly the best team in North America.
I think a lot of new fans that just want a new team to win is rooting for us right now because we are kind of a no-name team.
We have to outplay them in ways that most teams don't do against TL. If we're gonna make it to the finals, this would be it.
Rookies like Viper or returning players like Santorin, they really, really want it, and they want it more than anything else, but in my worldview, I always want it the most.
TPing behind, TPing behind.
Double lift, shifts himself forward.
It's over, boys. It's a montage.
The best team in North America is the best team for a reason.
Welcome back to LCS Countdown, where because it's Sunday and I saw the producers snickering earlier, Jatt Stats is probably around the corner. So, Robot, do your worst.
Beep, beep. I'm excited.
Hello?
Oh, maybe he died.
I have a name Dash, but I know, deep down, you wish you were a robot like me, so I forgive you.
I do.
Let's jump right into Jatt Stats. Question 1. Bjergson yesterday hit 102 playoff games, which is the most in the LCS all time. The player with the second most is in today's series. Who is it?
Double. Right?
100%.
But wait a minute. Hang on, hold on.
Smithy?
Hold on.
I was thinking Smithy.
What
maybe.
if it's
Vulcan days?
Turtle?
Vulcan, Turtle on TSM?
On everything. He was on TSM.
Because you also have to consider, even though
missed one split.
Yeah, but even though think about the fact that like Double Lift,
they were
may have gone to
relegation
playoffs,
sometimes.
but they maybe got knocked out in
They weren't good till
semis. Like
2015.
players who were on TSM
Turtle.
in the early years would have gone multiple series deep.
Turtle
into
hasn't been in like the playoffs in like the past.
All right.
Yeah, he was. He was in Immortals
So
once. He was,
typically this is the death of me when I align with Mark.
Don't listen to me.
But I'm
Turtle.
going with Mark.
Don't go with
the game. Jumping. You jump. I jump.
Turtle.
The correct answer is Wild Turtle with 86 games.
We nailed it.
I didn't think that was going to work.
Hey, I was like, you should be more excited right now.
Yeah,
all right, that's a good start.
Nice.
Question 2. What champion has the highest KDA in the LCS playoffs all time? A.
Zillion.
Talia.
Oh, we
B.
get
Callista.
multiple choice.
C. Zoe.
It's got to be Ezreal, right?
D. Ezreal.
I would assume
that's
Ezreal just because of the safety of that champion.
Lots of people feed on Ezreal. Lots
Do
of
they?
people. Yeah, they do.
Wait.
Yeah, they do.
I
No
think I'm
one
going to
feeds on
choose Talia because that's just a random champion compared to the
No
rest,
one
right?
feeds on
No, but
Well,
he
so
played
she
it.
hasn't been played much in
Zoe.
this.
Well, when she was
But-
played
but-
in jungle, she was disgustingly OP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zoe. No one feeds. It's so hard to feed on Zoe.
I'm going
People
I'm
definitely
going
feed
Ezreal.
Zoe.
Talia.
Going Ezreal?
I'm going Ezreal,
Zoe.
but
Talia.
I think Ezreal makes
I think
sense.
Ezreal's the bait, though.
But that's probably
I
the
think
bait answer.
I think it's
So
still
you
look at
think
me.
it's- Okay, I'll go Ezreal though.
I've seen
It
bad
doesn't just
Ezreals in
feel
my
like-
Get off my picks.
We
The
got
correct answer is Callista at a 24
Wow,
KDA.
the one that we did not choose.
Also, that KD is so high.
That is ridiculous.
That's like zero deaths,
I wonder how
basically.
many games
Like
she's even been
Well,
playing.
there was like
playoffs.
there was
One.
when six.
Yeah, right? Like what? That makes me think.
No,
yeah,
she was
it's gonna be
super
one.
high presence in like a 2016 when
been
Double It
amazing.
First Stick Day was going on. And
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Well, she's
All
smart to
right,
do.
Callista's the answer to all your playoff problems.
Our next question is a rapid fire section.
Ooh,
Please
okay.
assign the correct team to the value shown on screen. Does that stat belong to Team Liquid or FlyQuest? First
just
up,
overall
gold
gold-
differential
Wait,
at
FlyQuest is
15.
right. Team Liquid is left.
Oh, okay.
That sounds
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I
Yeah.
agree with
Fly
Ty there.
left.
FlyQuest
Team
is
Team
right.
Liquid's higher,
Liquid's
right?
Yeah.
No, Team
No,
Liquid is lower.
FlyQuest is right. Exactly. Team
yeah,
Liquid's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's what I
Exactly.
said.
Yeah, I had it.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah.
Miscommunication.
Of course.
Next, it's
I'm a
first
genius,
blood
don't worry.
percentage.
All right.
First blood
Crushing it
percentage.
today. Ooh.
FlyQuest. FlyQuest is right.
You think FlyQuest is higher
the
again,
higher one?
Santorin?
Yeah,
I think
Agreed.
Santorin's
Okay.
probably good.
Right.
Let's go
I'm in
with
on that.
Same.
TL the old
Okay.
team. There it
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
I guess
Finally,
All right, we're crushing
Baron
it.
percentage.
I missed the Callisto.
Wait.
Baron percentage.
Baron
Team
percentage.
Liquid on the right.
TL's gonna get the one on the right, and
yeah, for
FlyQuest
sure,
on the
for
left.
sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
Team Liquid's
Team
on the
Liquid
right.
right.
When you only lose a few games over the entire split, your Baron control is gonna be pretty solid.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
We did well
Look at all, we
today.
are crushing it today. Bring it on, Jatt.
Thank you, analysts.
Oh, that's
It's
it.
been
He's
a
running
great
away.
split.
Yeah, you wanted
He's like,
more.
I'm not going
my
anywhere,
stats.
but I've still been really great. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Have a lovely time in St. Louis.
Thank you.
I hope to see you there.
I appreciate that.
Au revoir.
I hope you're not there. All right. Time to move on and refocus in on today's series. Who's going to meet TSM in the finals? That's what everyone wants to know. So, hand me your prediction.
Team Liquid 3-0, I'm sorry.
3-0. Calling the clean sweep here. Crumbs?
Listen, I would love to see a world where FlyQuest can go all the way to MSI.
You were talking about.
I was.
What? Just yesterday.
You were repping them.
But just like a politician, I don't always mean what I say. So I think Team Liquid has to take it 3-1. They just look so good in regular season. You can't discount that.
All right, it'll be a little bit more of a fight there, but what do you think, Mark?
I'm copying Crumbs as well. 3-1 for me. It feels like these playoffs, we haven't seen very many 3-0s. The games always slow down. There's something that goes wrong in draft one of the games. So I feel like it should be a 3-0, but I'm just scared off of it based off what I've seen so far.
Someone's going to play Sonateric.
So you think that's where the one loss comes from?
No, I'm
like
just
the
like
random...
that kind of wonky composition comes out.
Someone
you lose
picks
one
Jarvan,
game, you know.
Yeah,
there.
Do you see a Jarvan player?
Yeah,
has he played it yet?
I think he has.
We can check on that. No. I'm confident in 3-0.
You're confident in the 3-0.
They're a super
what
team.
makes you so confident in that 3-0?
I mean, they have a super team. They're supposed to be the best in NA. That's what they're touting for. Each player in every single role is top 3 in their relative position. Some are number 1, specifically their bottom lane. And for no reason should these guys go down here unless for some reason they're having an off day.
You know how we do those things where we pin our face on who we think has the matchup?
Yes.
We would be on Team Liquid side for literally all 5.
Okay.
So I think that's why
you're looking at the 3-0s and the 3-1s.
It's not just, it'd be far on the side.
No, I think for Smithy and Centauran.
That was the closest.
That's one of the closest.
Oh, you go, wow, how gracious. 50 in one matchup.
TL across the board here on the analyst desk. Let's see if FlyQuest could do anything to prove them wrong here in the first game as we throw it out to Freak, Kobe, and Azael for the call.
Thank you very much, Dash. Welcome to the Battle Arena. I am David Freak Turley, flanked by a couple of Bilgewater buds, Isaac, Azael, Cummings, Bentley, and Sam, Kobe, Hartman, Kensler.
Fair enough. I like
That's
it.
true.
Bilgewater has a nice theme to it. I could go for a pirate.
All right, we had a discussion of Bjergsen's pirate beard earlier on in the countdown, so I think it's a good thematic here for today. And
worked out well for him.
Cutlasses are out. It's time for an upset, possibly FlyQuest and Team Liquid doing battle.
And we've got to say, despite the fact that the analyst desk was all on the side of TL and